Hello, beautiful friends, your style only gets better with age. But can I be completely honest with you for a moment? Most winters, we don't get dressed to feel beautiful, we get dressed to disappear under a coat. We reach for the same heavy sweater, the same dark jacket, the same just running errands boots. We're warm enough, but in the shop window or a quick phone photo, the woman looking back at us can feel older, bigger, and a little bit invisible. It's like the world sees the coat before it ever sees you. If that stings a little, you're not alone. After 60, so many of us slip into survival mode with our winter clothes. We tell ourselves, at least I'm warm, and quietly lower our expectations. This season, I want something different for you. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 quiet winter mistakes women in their late 50s, 60s and 70s make without even noticing, and the simple, elegant swaps that help you look warmer, slimmer, and softly younger, without throwing out your whole wardrobe or dressing like someone you're not. If we haven't met yet, I'm your style coach here at Golden After 60, where we create calm, quiet luxury wardrobes for real women in their late 50s, 60s and 70s. No stilettos, no runway drama, just thoughtful style that respects your body and your life. Winter is not the season to hide under bulky layers. It's the season where the right coat, the right color near your face, and the right shapes can gently lift your features and your mood, even on the grayest days. Before we dive in, thank you for being here. This community of women is growing every day, and it means so much that you choose to spend a little of your time with me. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from, and what winter looks like in your part of the world. I love reading your stories and imagining your everyday life. Mistake number 1, heaviest layers. The first winter habit I want you to notice is believing that the heaviest layers are always the warmest. Most of us have done it. We pull on a thick sweater, add a bulky fleece, zip up an oversized coat and hope for the best. We end up feeling puffy and weighed down, and yet our hands, legs, or back are still cold. Have you ever walked into a cafe, peeled off those layers, caught your reflection in the glass and thought, I don't even recognize myself in all of this? As we move through our 50s, 60s and 70s, our posture changes a little. The shoulders soften, the spine curves a touch, and very heavy layers only exaggerate that. They add what I call visual weight, right where most of us don't want it, across the upper arms, the bust and the middle. On top of that, very stiff fabric keeps you damp and chilly instead of comfortably warm. Outdoor clothing experts have talked for years about the power of layering. 2 or 3 lighter layers with a bit of air between them usually keep you warmer than one giant, stiff piece, even in freezing temperatures. Hikers and skiers rely on that idea every day, and we can borrow it for our everyday outfits. I learned this the hard way in my early 60s. I was waiting for a bus on a windy January morning, wearing 2 wool sweaters under a big parka and heavy pants. I was sweating down my back, but my legs still felt like ice. When I saw my silhouette in the bus window, I didn't recognize myself. I looked tired and a bit hunched over from the weight of my own clothes. In that moment I decided I still wanted to feel warm, but I refused to feel hidden. The answer is not more fabric, it's smarter fabric. Start with a thin thermal or a lightweight wool layer close to the skin. Add a thin, smooth knit that feels soft but doesn't cling. Finish with a coat that has structure in the shoulders and clean vertical seams so your body still reads as one long line. 3 light layers like this are easier to move in, easier to wear indoors and out, and in many climates will keep you comfortably warm down into the 30s. When you get dressed, ask yourself one simple question. Do I feel like myself, or do I feel like a sleeping bag? Your new rule is warm on the inside, light on the outside. If you feel like you waddle instead of walk, the layers are doing too much. Once you simplify your layers this way, another quiet age maker starts to show up in the mirror, the color you choose. That is what we're going to refine next. Mistake number 2, all dark, every day. The next pattern to watch for is dressing in head-to-toe dark colors day after day. Black, navy, charcoal, deep brown, those shades feel safe, they hide stains, and for years we've been told they're slimming. But on a mature face in harsh winter light, all that darkness can be very unforgiving. Dark fabric right under your chin pulls every shadow forward. It deepens the hollows under the eyes, sharpens the lines around the mouth, and can make healthy skin look dull, even when you slept just fine. Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself in a shop window and thought, "Why do I look so tired today?" Only to realize you're wrapped in dark from your turtleneck, to your coat to your hat. I say this as a woman in her 60s who lived in a black winter uniform for years. My easy outfit was black jeans, a black sweater and a black puffer. I told myself it looked chic and simple. Then my granddaughter snapped a quick photo of me on a cold afternoon. My skin looked gray, my eyes looked smaller, and my jawline disappeared into the collar of my coat. The only thing that really stood out in the picture was the block of black. That was a wake-up call. I remember thinking, if this is how I look in a photo my family loves enough to keep, how flat must I look under supermarket lighting? You don't have to give up dark colors completely. The secret is where you place them. Keep your black or navy pants if you feel confident in them, but bring softness and light closer to your face. Try a winter white sweater, a soft camel scarf, or a gentle gray beanie. Even shifting 1 or 2 shades lighter near the face can make the eyes look brighter and the skin more even. You can prove this to yourself at home in under 2 minutes. Stand by a window, hold a black top under your chin, then swap it for ivory or soft beige. Watch what happens around your eyes and mouth. Which version of you looks more rested, more open, more like the woman you feel you are inside? When you get dressed, ask, is this color being kind to my face? In winter, let your colors be kind, not cruel. Once you start choosing shades that support your complexion, the very next piece that can quietly age you is the coat sitting on top of everything, and that's exactly what we're going to refine next. Mistake number 3: coats that cut you in half. Another quiet habit is wearing coats that visually cut your body in half. Those short puffers and boxy parkas we've owned for 10 or even 15 winters feel familiar and practical, but they almost always stop at the widest part of the hips or tummy. On a softer, mature body, that horizontal line is the last place we want to draw the eye. Visually, it turns you into 2 blocks, an upper half and a lower half, with all the attention sitting right in the middle. Have you ever seen a winter photo of yourself and thought, "Why do I look so square?" Even though you were sure the outfit was nice when you left the house. I say this as someone who made that mistake for years. In my late 50s, I had a cropped black puffer I wore with everything. It was warm, it had big pockets, and I convinced myself it was sporty and youthful. Then a friend showed me a candid photo of us walking down the sidewalk. She was wearing a simple coat that hit mid-thigh, and her body looked long and smooth. I, on the other hand, looked shorter, with all the bulk sitting right at my stomach and hips. That one picture told me more about my coat than any mirror ever had. When you live in a cold climate, you may wear a coat 4 or 5 months out of the year. If that one piece is working against you, it quietly ages every outfit underneath it. The good news is that the fix is simple. Look for a coat that hits mid-thigh or just above the knee, with gentle shaping through the waist and shoulders that end where your shoulders naturally stop, not halfway down your arm. A fabric with structure, a warm, well-made fabric that keeps its shape, will hold its line and skim over the body instead of clinging or collapsing. You don't have to change your sweater or your pants often, just changing the coat transforms how your entire silhouette reads. When you try one on, ask yourself, do I see one long clean line, or am I chopped in the middle? In winter, your coat really is your outfit. Once that outer layer is doing you justice, the next step is to look at what's hiding underneath it, the knitwear that can either skim your shape gracefully or swallow you whole. Mistake number 4: knits that squeeze or swallow. With knitwear, many of us lave at the extremes, very tight or very oversized. On a younger body you can sometimes get away with that, but on a softer, more mature figure both extremes can be surprisingly unforgiving. A very tight knit clings to every little curve and seam. It highlights bra lines, shapewear lines, the waistband of your pants and any softness around the middle. Instead of giving you a smooth outline, it shows every place the fabric is pulling. On the other side, a thick, oversized sweater in a heavy yarn can make you look larger in photos or on camera, because all that texture and volume sits right on the upper body. Have you ever put on a fitted turtleneck and spent the day tugging it away from your stomach, or worn a big cozy sweater and later seen a picture and thought, I look so much wider than I feel. I certainly have. In my early 50s, I went through a phase of tight knits, because I thought they looked sleek. Then one day I saw myself on video turning sideways and could see every pull line across my back. A few years later, I swung the other way and bought a thick, oversized cable knit that felt like a blanket. It was warm, but when my friend showed me a photo from that day, my waist and my neck had completely disappeared. The sweet spot sits quietly between those two extremes. Look for a light to medium weight sweater that skims the body instead of gripping it. When you walk, reach, or sit down, the sweater should move gently with you. When you simply breathe, nothing should jump, stretch, or strain. Choose a neckline that gives your face and neck a bit of space, like a soft V, a scoop, or a relaxed mock neck, so your features feel open instead of crowded. A simple test is this: if your sweater only moves when you suck in your stomach, it's too tight. If you cannot find your waist at all, it's too big. The goal is a knit that moves when you move, not when you breathe. Once your sweaters are working with your shape instead of against it, the next place to look is even closer to your face: the scarves, hats and gloves that can quietly aid you or lift you every time you step outside. Mistake number 5, tired accessories near the face. Another easy to miss habit is letting tired winter accessories frame your face. I mean the scarf that's been in your closet for 10 or 15 years and is covered in little pills, the beanie that's stretched out and slides down over your eyebrows, the gloves so thin at the fingertips they barely feel like protection. On their own they seem harmless, but because they sit right next to your face, they become the picture frame everyone notices first. Have you ever glanced in a shop window and thought, "Why do I look so drained today?" And then realized it's that faded, fuzzy scarf and droopy hat, telling that story more than your actual skin. I fell into this trap myself in my 60s. I had a cheap gray scarf I bought on sale in my late 40s. It was good enough, so I kept reaching for it out of habit. One day my daughter snapped a photo of me at the farmer's market. My complexion actually looked nice, but my eye went straight to that tired frame, the flat, dull scarf and a sagging knit hat that made the whole image feel heavy. In almost every wardrobe session I do with women over 60, we find the same pattern: a pile of old scarves and hats they never loved, and maybe one or two that truly light up their features. You don't need a huge shopping trip to fix this. Start by creating one modern neutral set in shades that feel calm and refined on you. Camel and cream, or charcoal and soft gray are beautiful on most women. Look for a scarf with a little weight so it drapes smoothly instead of clinging, a hat that keeps its shape without squeezing, and gloves that feel substantial and warm. Then add one scarf in what I call your signature color, the shade that reliably earns you compliments. For some women it's a soft berry, for others a deep teal, forest green or gentle rose. That single fresh frame around your face can make people ask, "Did you cut your hair?" Even when you haven't changed a thing. A simple test helps you decide what stays and what goes. If an accessory would embarrass you in a family photo, it shouldn't be the frame for your face. Once those small pieces near your face are working with your natural glow instead of dulling it, the next place to look is right at the ground. The winter shoes that can either quietly support your style or aid your entire outfit in one step. Mistake number 6, orthopedic only winter footwear. A lot of us also fall into what I call the orthopedic only shoe trap. So many women over 60, including me for many years, reach automatically for big, heavy sensible boots because we're afraid of slipping on wet pavement, twisting a knee, or waking up old aches in our feet. Those shoes are warm, they feel steady, and they seem practical, but they also look bulky, with thick soles and very round toes. Because shoes sit at the very bottom of your outfit, they quietly pull the entire look down. A beautiful coat and a soft scarf can only do so much if the line ends in a massive, shapeless boot. Be honest with yourself. Have you ever looked in a full-length mirror and thought, "These shoes are not flattering, but at least they're comfortable," and then worn them anyway because you were tired of being in pain? I did exactly that in my early 60s. One winter, I bought a pair of huge black snow boots with thick rubber soles and straps that wrapped around my ankles. They felt like pillows on my feet, and I told myself they were worth it because I felt safe on ice. Then my friend showed me a picture she had taken of me at a cafe. My legs looked shorter, my calves looked wider than they really are, and the whole outfit seemed heavy. The boots were walking into the room first, not me. That photo was my turning point. I realized I didn't have to choose between comfort and style. I just had to be more intentional about the shape of my shoes. You deserve both safety and beauty. A low block heel or a small wedge gives you stability without that thick, clumsy look. A gently almond or softly rounded toe looks modern but still gives your toes room to spread. A shaft that fits closer to your ankle or calf, instead of gaping out, makes your leg line look longer and neater. Waterproof leather or a good man-made material that wipes clean easily will keep you steady on wet sidewalks and still look polished if you walk into a restaurant or a family gathering. When you try on winter boots, don't just look at your feet. Step back and look at your reflection and ask yourself, do these shoes make my outfit look more intentional and put together, or older and more tired? Your winter boots should love your joints and your style at the same time. Once what's on your feet is supporting you instead of aging you, the next quiet upgrade is fit itself. And that's where a tailor can help your coats, pants and sweaters look as if they were made for you. Mistake number 7. Never using a tailor. The last habit is skipping the tailor altogether for winter pieces. Most of us buy a nice coat, a pair of trousers, maybe a sweater we really like, and then wear them straight off the rack for 10 or 15 years without a single adjustment. The sleeves cover half our hands, the pants bunch up over our boots. The coat is 1 or even 2 sizes too big so we can layer, and slowly we start to think, my body just doesn't look good in clothes anymore. Very often it isn't your body at all. It's the fact that nothing has been shaped to you. Clothes are designed for an imaginary average woman. Real women have shorter arms, longer legs, narrower shoulders, softer middles. When the sleeves are too long, the hem is too low, or the body of the coat is too wide, everything looks a little sloppy, even if each piece is good quality. Have you ever looked at yourself in a full-length mirror and thought, why do I look messy when I'm actually dressed up? That is almost always a fit problem, not a you problem. I learned this in my late 50s with a red wool coat I adored. The color was perfect, but the sleeves were nearly 2 inches past my wrists, and the shape was completely straight. I spent winters pushing the sleeves up and feeling like I was swimming inside it. A friend finally sent me to her tailor. We shortened the sleeves to my wrist bone, raised the hem just a bit, and took the waist in by about an inch. The next time I put it on, people asked if I'd bought a new coat. I hadn't. It was the same coat, but for the first time it belonged to my body. Small changes make a huge difference. Sleeves should stop at your wrist, not your knuckles. Pants should just brush the top of your boots, not puddle at your ankles. A gentle pinch at the waist of a coat can suggest your shape without making it tight. These tiny adjustments create cleaner lines and a calmer, more polished look. The clothes stop wearing you, you start wearing them. Fit is what turns an item you bought into a piece that truly belongs to you. And once your winter pieces finally belong to you, we can pull everything together into a simple winter formula. How to stay warm, look streamlined, and still let your personality shine through in every outfit. I like to keep winter style simple, so I teach what I call the golden polished warmth formula. It has 3 steps: warmth, line, and personality. First, warmth. If you're cold, you hunch your shoulders, you rush from place to place, and you never really relax. No coat or lipstick can fix that. Smart base layers and good fabrics are not a luxury, they're the foundation of elegance. When your body feels comfortably warm, your posture opens up and you instantly look more confident. Second, line. Stand in front of the mirror and ask yourself, do I see one clear vertical line, or is my body chopped into pieces by random hems and bulges? Coats that are the right length, trousers that skim instead of bunch, and knits that follow your shape all create that long, clean line. It makes any outfit look more modern and quietly youthful. Third, personality. Add one detail that feels like you: a scarf in your favorite color, earrings that always earn compliments, or a lipstick shade that wakes up your face. Just one is enough. That small, intentional touch is what turns survival dressing into self-expression. Warmth lets your body relax, line keeps your outfit current, and personality is what makes you unforgettable. So, Beautiful friend, let's bring it all together. This winter you're not going to disappear under heavy, bulky layers. You're going to choose smart, light layers that keep you warm without adding weight. You're not going to live in head-to-toe dark, either. You'll bring softer winter colors up near your face so your skin and eyes look alive. Your coat will stop hiding you and start shaping you, giving you one clean, elegant line. Your knits will skim instead of squeeze or swallow you. The scarves, hats, and gloves closest to your face will look fresh and intentional, not tired. Your boots will love your joints and your style at the same time. And with a few simple alterations, your winter pieces will finally fit the woman you are now, not the average body they were cut for years ago. Winter is not the season to disappear under a pile of fabric. It's the season to show up warm, present, and quietly powerful. Every time you choose a kinder color, a better coat, or a cleaner line, you're sending yourself a message: I'm still here, I still matter, and I still get to feel beautiful. If this gave you even one idea to try this week, please tap like, so YouTube can show it to more women in their late 50s, 60s and 70s who are tired of feeling invisible in winter. Tell me in the comments which winter secret you'll try first: layers, color, coat, or boots, and where you're watching from so I can say hello in a future video. And if you'd like more quiet luxury style made for real women in their late 50s, 60s and 70s, hit subscribe and join us here on Golden After 60. Your most elegant years are not behind you. They're just getting started.